This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake it, body.
Wake your punk ass up. Crust out your eyes.
And joining us today, man, a lot of people know him from the Firm days, from his solo project days. I just like the way the man thinks. I like his philosophy. And he got the new project, Mega Philosophy. That's you're celebrating right now, right? Cormega's here. Give it up for Cormega. Woo! What up, brother? How you doing, man?
Chilling, baby. You already know.
Man, Cormega.
I feel the same way, man.
Yeah. Well, when you say your name, you feel good about it?
Nah, I feel good being around you giants, man. Y'all dudes are giants to me too. Rich, you already know.
Hey, man.
I swear you already know.
Man, Cormega, come on, man. I've been a fan of yours for a while, man. You've been putting it down for a long time. You've always had an interesting story to me. Queens is an interesting place to me.
Yeah.
You know, being from Oakland on the West Coast, coming up on the West Coast, I've always heard things and seen things. What was it like for you growing up there, man?
A movie. It was like a movie.
Yeah.
It was like it was magnetic. It was inspiring because once I moved to Queensbridge, it's like I can't even explain. It's like a fairy tale because at the time, Juice Crew was like everything.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Marley Marl.
You walk into the store, you see MC Shan, or you going to do the laundry, you see Roxanne Shante, or you just chilling on the block with Craig G, or Marley Mars. Like it was just crazy. It was all Queensbridge is like a hip hop museum. Like I can't even explain it. It was incredible growing up out there.
The stories that we've heard over the years about Queens through the music, whether it's Mobb Deep or Nas or yourself, it just seemed like a movie, like almost unbelievable that this much excitement, this much violence, this much hustle, this much fun, all happen every day.
Yeah.
Was it like that?
It was really like that. Things happen, the difference between reality and music is music tends to entertain people or not, remind you of the repercussions of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was definitely a lot of money and it was definitely a lot of fun and it was definitely a lot of, but there was a lot of pain too. You got my man Fly Tie, he's going, my man Yammy's going, my man Drawers is going, my man Spank is going, my man Blue is going. I could keep doing this for a minute or so.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was fun while we was there, and it was a movie, man, and the movie continues, and it's just that I might not be a part of that movie that's going on in the streets right now, but it's still continuing.
I mean, I'm glad you now. We got to get, we got to grow, right? When did you first meet Nas?
I don't know when I first met him because it's like my relationship with the rappers from the hood is different from like how a fan would see it. Because if a fan meets one of us, it's like, oh shit, I met. Cursing?
Yeah, good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I met this guy. Or I met this guy. So I don't remember. I just knew him for so long, like just so long. Like we was little, like snapping on each other, joking on each other, laughing, crying. Like we went through everything. You know what I'm saying? I knew Craig G for forever, Traj forever, Poet. I knew all of them. Like I knew. I met Shan and Marley later on because like I always knew of them, but I was like intimidated because they were so great. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had respect in the street and respect in the industry, or as an artist, are two different things. So Marley was like a god in Queensbridge, and I was known in the streets, but I was like, wow, that's Marley. So I was like, so I didn't meet Marley till later on. But when I met Marley, everything was right. I met Marley after I met everybody else, but me and Nas go way back. Me and Traj, me and Craig, all of us. It is what it is.
Did y'all have like regular? Like I look at you got these your kids right there. No, these aren't. Okay, this is family. I see these kids right here. Did y'all have regular days as kids? You know what I mean? Like, well, maybe y'all played ball in the park and and just hung out and went to the movie, or was it always so intense in Queens? See, I'm trying to understand Queens. I've been in New York for 15 years, and I've only been to Queens a few times. Only time I've been to Queensbridge is when we covered stuff with MTV, and we came out there a couple of times, and then dudes would tell me, hey, at about 7 p.m., you might want to leave. But I know it had to be a flip side.
Queensbridge?
Yeah, it's it ain't all.
You know what the problem was? You didn't know me back then.
That's what it was. All right, Cormega's here. You shout out a lot of people who passed on from where you from. I was looking at your artwork for this project, Mega Philosophy, and the artwork is like the Last Supper, and you with a bunch of rappers that passed on. What made you do that? What's the motivation?
Because I was just comparing the similarities. It was just some. Sometimes us artists, we have our abstract, weird thoughts or eccentric thoughts or creative thoughts. And one day I was like comparing, like, when you look at that picture, it represents such epicness. Even though it was a recreation, it's not like they actually all sat there and then somebody did the picture or drew it. It was a reproduction by that artist was paid to do. But when you look at the similarities between the industry and that picture, it's like everything was glorious in that picture. Everybody was festive, except of course the Judas. Yeah. But everybody was festive. Everybody was eating, so it seemed like everything is good. But the deep part about that picture is after that meal, everything changes. Yeah. So it's like you see the artists, everybody's festive, everybody's balling, everybody's videos are smiling, and we're putting up that image perception, and then when the video ends or when the limelight ends, we have epic stories of tragedy. So I just put the similarity together, and I just got somebody that was talented to put it together for me, creative, artistically.
And y'all had that even in your own crew in many ways, which I don't want to focus on. But history has told us that there's always been like disagreements between Queens MCs. Where's your relationship now with like Nature? Where's your relationship with Nas and all those guys now?
Well, Nature's on my album.
Okay.
So he's on the album. Actually, Nature will be at my joint tonight. Nas, I ain't speak to Nas in a few years, but I don't got no gripes with Nas.
Okay.
And there's other artists from Queensbridge that have differences with each other. I try not to get into it because at the end of the day, there was a time when I was, I did have my differences at one time, but as a businessman, we look at the big picture, like Queensbridge is a brand. And I told dudes before, I said, yo, we act like Rome. Queensbridge reminds me of Rome. Like if you look at Rome in history, they almost took over everything, and they had the capability and power to take over everything. Yeah. They never was conquered. They conquered themselves with inner bickering and civil war. So I said, that's what Queensbridge reminds me of. Like, if Queensbridge was united, there would be no difference between us and a Wu-Tang. Yeah. Definitely, it's not. If you go, or us and any high caliber group of MCs, you know what I'm saying? But it's just so much. So it's like, sometimes when I see, the thing that hurt me most in recent years was when Mobb Deep wasn't together. That hurted me as a fan. Because not just, I'm a fan too. Like, I'm cool with dudes and everything, but I'm a fan of dudes. So, at the end of the day, we got to look at the big picture. So, hopefully everybody will be on the same page one day, but I'm not with that. I'm trying to get the spread.
I just saw Mobb Deep in France together making money, so they figured that out.
They definitely did.
All right, the album is Mega Philosophy. It comes out tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Cormega is here, man. Yeah. We got Cormega in here for the A&R room, and then we're going to get to the A&R records, but I want to play this one song. It's called Industry. You can find it on the project. It'll be available, I'm assuming, on iTunes and everywhere else. Okay, and if you want to talk to Cormega, 888-742-3345. Sway in the morning.
Listen to me good, children.
I got something to listen to this week. I already see what this is. That's Industry for Cormega, man. Mega Philosophy, man. That's coming out tomorrow. I already see what this is, Rich Nice.
Yeah.
I got something to listen to this week. This is going to be on the top of my priority plate, and I suggest it be on the top of yours, too. We got Loose Cannon Wild on the line from Boston. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thank you, Sway, for putting me on the air. Really appreciate it. Shout out to Sway. Want to give a shout out to Queensbridge Projects and Mega. I'm 27 right now. I grew up on listening to Queensbridge rappers. I'm gonna keep it 100. I think Queensbridge rappers is one of the most gangster rap coming out of New York City, and it's sad to see how New York fell off because they want to beef with each other. Everybody else in these other states, they don't want to hear y'all arguing with each other. They want to hear music. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say Mega puts out quality rap, straight up quality rap. Like, it might not be on MTV, and you might not hear these people singing it, but we in the hood, they listening to Mega.
That's
like
what's up.
straight up. They are listening to Mega. Like people thrive off of the Mega lyrics. Believe that. I'm talking about from his old songs to his new songs. Like I could name a couple of songs that went crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, name them.
Like a couple of songs, like the track Mega did with Ghost. That track was crazy, the one he did with Ghost. That was crazy. Like, everybody need to check that out. It might be the only track Mega ever did with Ghost. You know what I'm saying? But that shit was crazy. And then when Lakey the Kid came home, and they went all in that 41st side and all that.
Okay, you good with us. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Talk about the 41st side of Vernon.
Yeah. You citizen of Sway in the morning, man. Go ahead, P. It's in Michigan. What's your question?
Hey, what's going on? I just got one question for Cormega, man. Like dude say, though, we listen to you on the hood. That's what's up, man. But my question is, man, what inspired you to write, and what was your mindset behind Beautiful Mind? Because that song was, man, that's my shit. That shit go hard.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Everything inspires me. Experience inspires me. Competitiveness. Just that fire as an MC. I think every single person that ever rapped that really takes MCing serious has something in them that just pushes them to want to write. It's like if you that feeling you get when you know you need to work out but you're not working out. That's how I feel when I'm not writing. So it's just a passion in me that makes me want to write. You know what I'm saying? So American Beauty, actually, that was just I don't really know how I do it, but I got to take my hat off to Common Sense because he did something like that before me. He did I Used to Love Her, and basically he was talking about hip hop as if it's a woman, and I always agreed with that theory. So I just did American Beauty. I just did it my way. So I'll take a little bit of credit for that, but first credit is given to God, and then also credit is given to Common because he did it first.
That's big. Low is in Pittsburgh. Real quick, what's your question? What you want to say?
Oh, what's up, Sway?
What up, man?
Ain't nothing much, man. Hey, I want to give some love to Mega. Been listening to that dude since the 90s. One of the most underrated lyrical killers I ever heard.
That's what's up, man. Thanks for your
Thank
call,
you, bro.
Yo, I'm glad we got you here, man. Mega is here. Cormega is here. Yes, Rich?
Yeah, just I know Mega for a long time. We got a chance to work together in the Trackmaster days. I wanted to ask him, what was the process? Because it feels like you get it. Like even back in the days, R.I.P. Chris Lighty, when I spoke to him about you and he told me about you, he was like, this guy gets it. What was the process? How did you just out of the thin air all of a sudden just understand the business and understand wanting to just do your own thing?
I mean, when you grow up how we grew up, we come from nothing. So one of the first things that we make is one of the first mistakes that we make is chasing the big money. So when I looked at hip hop, I looked at it like as a fan, like, oh man, this guy's great. This label's great. This label's, this person is great. So it's like, as I got into the industry, I started just observe. You've been around me, sometimes I could be the quietest dude in the room.
Right.
And I always observe, and I just noticed a lot of things that wasn't right financially or equality-wise for the artist. So, me and Chris did a lot of talking. I did a lot of talking with Chris, and I had all my publishing when I got my deal with Chris, and I had I had a great point amount of points. So I started reading about rights for artists, stuff that we supposed to have. And then after a while, I started seeing like you could be a platinum artist but still be broke and still not make money. I seen the disadvantages. So I wanted to quit rapping, and then I just said, freak it. I started throwing out mixtapes before everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody was putting out artist mixtapes except like best ofs, like Biggie or somebody big. But I started putting out mixtapes like albums. Nobody was doing it at the time. And the reason I did it was to measure my market, to see who gives a fuck about me.
Right.
So when I did that, Chris peeped that. Like that was witty. You know what I'm saying? So when I went independent, once I went indie, my intention was to, like, when I made The Realness, I was hoping I could sell, like, to be honest, if you sell 10,000 records independently and it's done right and you don't spend a lot, you're going to make a little bit of money. It's like 100,000 or a little less.
Right.
So I was hoping I could sell like 30 to 40,000 for The Realness, and The Realness ended up selling well over 100,000. So once I went independent and I started seeing the dynamics of it, and I kept doing it, I think Chris started to respect me even more, you know what I'm saying? And, a lot of artists have come to me like, yo, you motivated me to go indie, or you showed us the way. So I guess that's what Chris was talking about. And, God bless Chris. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from him.
Rest in peace. Cormega has joined us, man. Real quick, how can people reach you who tuned in right now? They want to reach you. You're on social media, right?
I'm on Twitter, Real Cormega, and I just got a new what's that thing? Instagram.
Yeah.
It's Mega Philosophy. So any other Mega that you see online is not me.
Real Cormega on Twitter and Mega Philosophy on Instagram. Hang out with us, man. We're gonna do the A&R roll.
It's Sway in the morning, only
On Shade 45.